Hey guys, today we are going to make Hello Dolly Bars. Hello Dolly. I don't know the rest of the song. I've never made these before, but I did look at a few recipes and just pieced together what I thought would be the best recipe for them because, never making something makes you an expert on it. So we're gonna try it out. It only requires 6 ingredients and no mixing bowl. So that's a perfect recipe if you ask me. I first came across these when I was at a place called Bean and Baker, and if you haven't been there and you're from Toronto or you visit Toronto, then definitely check it out. It's a milkshake bar on the West End, and they have delicious ice creams and floats. They make their own sodas. It's fantastic. It's like an old retro style one too, so very cute date spot. I've preheated my oven to 325 degrees, and we are going to use a 9 by 13 inch pan. And it says that we don't even have to grease it, so we're gonna go with that. I may regret it, but if it fails for me, in this video, you will know to grease and line your pan. First, I'm going to pour half a cup of butter into the bottom of the pan. And just sort of move it around, fill up all the corners. It's so strange, I've never done this before. Next up is the graham crumbs. So I just sprinkled the graham crumbs in so that they coated the butter and they sort of melted into the butter, and now they're also formed on top. So I don't think it's important to be extremely balanced in the way everything looks. These are a bit messy in terms of the way they look, so we will see if I'm correct in that assumption. Now we're going to add 1 cup of chocolate chips, again just layering them on top of the graham crumbs. Everything looks a little dry right now, but there is one ingredient that will fix all of that. 1 cup of chopped pecans. You can move it around if you find that there's one area that has more than another area. And 1 cup of flaked coconut. This is a very hands-on recipe, so make sure you have clean hands. I mean, make sure you have clean hands every time you bake, but especially for this. It's like a dessert salad right now. Lastly, we are going to pour 1 can of condensed milk? Yeah, condensed milk. This is gonna put everything together. I've really only used condensed milk when I make fudge, so I'm guessing this will have a bit of a fudgy texture to it. Just pouring it on top. Loving this recipe so far. It's so easy, I love it. This is going to go in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. I will let you know how long it takes once it's finished. This is what filming a video looks like when you're also in the middle of packing. Stuff on this side, stuff on this side, stuff there. I mean, what is that? Boxes, camera, hi. But there are delicious Hello Dolly Bars in the oven, and I am looking fabulous. Here it is. Smells really good. Sweet and toasted coconut. I don't smell any chocolate yet, but it's buried in there somewhere. So let's try a piece. This is the moment of truth. Should I have greased and lined this pan? It looks to be okay without greasing and lining. Lots of delicious chocolate in there. A nice graham cracker butter base. It's fantastic. It's worth more than the effort that you put into it. It's so tasty. I like finding recipes that work really well with the season we're in, and I think it must be the pecans and maybe the toasted coconut, and the graham crumb taste. Sort of pie tasty. This seems like the type of recipe that you could customize as well, which is kind of cool. So if you don't really like coconut, which I know a few people who don't, you could add something else in there. And you can pick the nuts that you want to put in. You can play around with your chocolate. Maybe you want to incorporate some milk chocolate, white chocolate if you like that. So have fun with this recipe. I think as long as you have your graham base and your condensed milk topping. Whatever else you put in there might turn out to be fantastic. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section if you make this. I would love to hear how it turned out and if you would make it again. Don't forget to subscribe for a new video every Thursday, and happy baking. And it's very fall appropriate. I like finding recipes that work well with the season